Why I love to live in Minnesota. Here are some well-known facts about Minnesota: the square miles, the largest city. Minnesota is the 21st most populous state in the USA. Major industries, major rivers: Minnesota River, Mississippi River, Red River. Lakes: Lake of the Woods, Lake Superior, Leech Lake, just to name a few. Upper and Lower Red Lake. Highest point, Eagle Mountain, 2,301 feet above sea level. Number of counties, 87. Bordering states, Iowa, Michigan, across Lake Superior in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. Here's a picture of the glacier history of Minnesota, which ended some 10,000 years ago. Here's a picture I took from the Discovery Center up in Chisholm, the biggest puzzle.
Okay, my name's Peter Noon, and I used to be in this fabulous group in the 60s and early 70s called Herman's Hermits.
Here's a map of some of the well-known lakes in Minnesota.
And I really like the band, and I especially like all the songs, especially this next one, which is my favorite.
Here's some pictures of these lakes. Beautiful time of peace and serenity. Here's Upper and Lower Red Lake. You can tell how big they are by this map. Here are some of our rivers: Minnesota River, Mississippi River, and a bunch of other branches of some smaller rivers. Here's where the Mississippi River begins and goes all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful river. Starting point, good old Minnesota. Here's a map of the biomes of Minnesota: the coniferous forest, the deciduous forest, the prairie grassland, the tall grass aspen parkland. Here's a picture compared to person. You can tell the size, and these grasslands grow very high. Here's a map of the forest, water, wetland, and brushland of Minnesota. Here's a picture of a coniferous tree in Minnesota. Here's a picture of the state tree, Norway pine. And a picture of the deciduous tree, in southern Minnesota. Here's a map of the Lester soil, the state soil of Minnesota, where it is located in our state. Here's some pictures of minerals found in Minnesota taken from the Discovery Center in Chisholm. More pictures of minerals in Minnesota: quartz, jasper rock, here's the oldest rock, 3800 MYA. $3,800 million years ago. Here's some mountains and hills of Minnesota. Here's the karstlands of Minnesota, down in southeastern Minnesota at the tip down there, in red, active karst, in green, covered karst, and in yellow, transition karst. Here's a climatograph of Minneapolis, telling us the rainfall and temperature average throughout the year. Here we have an average annual precipitation map of Minnesota. And by looking at this map, we can tell that between 26 and 30 is kind of like the norm. Average precipitation in Minnesota, 26 to 30 inches. Above 32 is down in the lower southeast corner of Minnesota in purple. Here's a map telling us our state bird, the loon, and our state flower, the pink and white lady slipper. The loon, our state bird again. Here's a map of our 87 counties in Minnesota. You can tell St. Louis County, where I live in, is the largest. Things to do in Minnesota is ski, walking on the trail in the wintertime. Ice fishing on our 10,000 lakes. Swimming in the summertime. Many, many lakes to swim. Ice skating in the wintertime. Snowmobiling in our winter season. Fishing. Here somebody has caught our state fish, the walleye. camping, enjoying our parks, our wilderness, an enjoyable time of the summer. Here's something you might see in the woods of Minnesota, a big moose. Or you might come across a nice big buck, one of our finest deer in Minnesota. I give credits to photography, Tom Anderson, Nick Prevey, Google Images, the Discovery Center in Chisholm, the computer assistants, Robert Fintz, director, editor, myself, Carl Oberstad Jr. Now you see why I love to live in Minnesota. My second choice would be New Zealand. Remember Lord of the Rings?